Hey guys, what's up? I have PTSD and depression. I got uh diagnosed finally. I'm 34. Like a few months ago, I say a few months ago, I really had no idea uh when it was. I remembered the date for a while and I forgot it. Who cares? I started going to therapy a few months ago. I say a few months ago again. I don't know. 8 maybe, 10, 6, something like that. I don't know. Anyway, well, Um, ignore the mess in the background because PTSD and depression. Also, ignore my hair. I cut it myself. Can't afford to go to the barber. I There's some long pieces and some short pieces, and I just haven't fixed it yet, and I just don't really care. Uh, so anyway, I uh, a lot of people don't know what PTSD is. They like see a movie or something and they think, well, that sounds about right. It's close. It's roughly close. There'll be like it's usually like a veteran who gets back from whatever stupid conflict is going on wherever, and they like lose their shit in the middle of the night and beat the shit out of their girlfriend or whatever, and yeah, I could see that happening to somebody. Um, I here's what it actually is. Okay, if I can think straight enough to tell you, I I tend to I've tried to start YouTube channels before to like make some money. 'Cause I've always been broke, or not always been broke. There was actually a time where I just worked a lot and I just made tons of money, but I also didn't sleep much, and that wasn't good for me. But I tend to lose my train of thought or start rambling or just completely forget what I was talking about a lot. Like I just draw a blank as soon as the camera turns on. But PTSD is like, when you start thinking about something that might happen in the future, and and it, it's usually a bad thing. You think, well, um, I'm sorry, I just got a text and I lost my train of thought. Imagine that. But okay, so you start thinking about something in the future, and a lot of people don't really know why they do that. It's like you're always planning, and it's almost always something negative. It's always like making you, anxious or something. And a lot of times it's something that's not even likely to happen. You're just chilling, and all of a sudden you'll get like this thought, like, oh my god, what if Godzilla comes and freaking, what am I going to do then? You start getting into, all kinds of, like, what if I go to work and my boss is having a bad day and he yells at me for no reason and I cry and everybody, laughs at me, and or what if I go to make a presentation and I look down and I realize I forgot to put on pants, or what, your brain is always um, trying to protect you, and so it's constantly running these simulations of scenarios that might happen, you know because you have to be ready, because the whole time we were a species, uh, you never know. I mean, like, I live in Tennessee and I have 5 dogs because apparently it's like the hills have eyes out here, and everybody just drops off dogs on the mountain like right before winter. I don't know what the deal is. Like, I thought people liked puppies, but like, apparently, screw them. So I end up with them because I have PTSD and I can't let things suffer because I know what that's like. I've done it my whole life, so I can't watch it. So I bring him home and I take care of him. I'm becoming a crazy dog dude. You know, the crazy cat lady. I'm the next iteration. I'm the crazy dog dude. Uh, that see, I already went on a side rant. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, PTSD. So your brain's always running these simulations, and if something bad happens that you weren't ready for, uh, your brain can get stuck, like running it over and over and over and over and over and over again, because that cannot happen. Oh, that was the reason I was talking about the dogs, is we have a ton of copperheads around here. Like, it's creepy. My property, or my side of the mountain that I live on the side of a mountain with no running water. It's great. It's like freaking Tarzan out here. And now I have a cat climbing on me. I have a cat too. Oh man, there it went. What am I talking about? Oh yeah. The whole time we were a species, you can straight up just be walking around minding your own business, and all of a sudden you see a bear cub. That is never a good sign. All of a sudden, I mean, you couldn't have done anything about it. You ever see that movie, The Revenant? Dude's just walking around in the woods, minding his own business, you know, just taking a walk before breakfast or whatever his routine is, and all of a sudden there's a freaking bear coming out of the woods. That's normal PTSD. When something really bad happens that you were not prepared for, your brain will run that over and over and over and over and over again, so that the next time it happens, or anything similar to that happens, you have a plan so that you don't die horribly. Because believe it or not, you might be living kind of a comfortable life right now, but there are some horrible ways to die. Like, absolutely unimaginable. Like, unbearable isn't even the right word. So your brain is doing everything it can to make sure that that does not happen to you. Now, that's normal PTSD. The stereotype is like a soldier or something that gets shot at, which is scary. Like, a lot of people don't know a lot about guns or like how loud they are. It sounds like a bomb going off right next to your head. Some of them, you know, like if you've ever been next to an AR-15 when it goes off with no hearing protection, it's a bomb basically going off right next to your face. It's very scary. So I get it. I mean, it's pretty common, you know, for somebody to, you know, go into somewhere that's horrible and to come back crazy, because it'll drive you crazy. That's not even talking about getting shelled by mortars or whatever. That's just, I'm just talking. I mean, anyway, it happens to people get in car wrecks. I got in a car wreck one time going like 10 miles an hour, scared the shit out of me. And I mean, it's scary. So your brain has to figure it out, and it will get stuck. Now, what happened with the car wreck is I got in the car wreck and I was scared to drive for like months after that. But you have to drive, so I kept driving. Started driving again, and you know, you face your fears, you get over it, you realize, well, that was kind of a fluke. You know, it happens, but it's not great, but it's not the end of the world either necessarily. Could be, but it wasn't, thankfully, for anyone. Thank God. Um, but I have complex PTSD now. At the time that I'm making this video, they don't really differentiate between the two. as far as I know. PTSD and complex PTSD, they just kind of, it's all just PTSD. Um, Now, I don't know why, but because it's a different thing, really. Hey, shh. The dogs are playing and stuff. I got to get them to, I'm trying to talk. Um, Complex PTSD is when that bad thing happens for a long time. So, I'm going to squirt this cat. It's like a zoo in here. Complex PTSD is when a bad thing happens for a long period of time. What happened to me is my dad was crazy, and if you've ever grown up with a crazy parent that just likes torturing you, I you're just gonna hear the dogs in the background, I guess, because there's not much I can do about it. I I I don't like snapping at them and stuff. I just PTSD. So now I'm really losing my train of thought. I gotta focus. I need people to know this. You you're So if it happens for a long period of time, I was kept scared the whole time I was growing up, just scared. My dad would, for no reason, just because he was bored, scream in my face when I was, yay big. Just start screaming and throwing shit and freaking out, and it could happen at any time. And I was always being put in these catch 22s where like he would tell me to do something, right? He was like a Marine for 7 years. He was so proud of it. Uh, my hands are shaking. He he'd tell me to do something, right? And if I didn't do it fast enough, I'd have to do it again. And he'd be screaming at me the whole time. Sometimes, I mean, sometimes it was a little more chill than that. And I did have breaks, like sometimes he'd go work out of town for a few months, and I was like heaven. I was okay, And then my mom would be like, Dad's coming back tomorrow, and I'd be like, my heart would just sink, and I would, get real nervous. And he'd pull up in the driveway, and my heart would just start going, and he'd start stomping around. He would always wear these big ass boots and just stomp around all over the house. And so basically what would happen is me and my whole family would like hide at one side of the house and he would be at the other. And we'd just be waiting for the apocalypse, just constantly. So when something like that happens for like, 15 or 20 years, you end up like me, Joy. And so I'm saying and so a lot. Now I'm feeling self-conscious. Just ignore me. Please and thank you. Um, you can imagine if and it was a long time ago. I'm 34. It doesn't matter. If one bad thing makes your brain get stuck, having to try to figure out what to do the next time it happens, when it happens for a long time, your brain has to process all that somehow. And it gets to the point sometimes where that's all it does. It's constantly playing that back over and 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 over again. And you get all of the same physiological responses. I know that sounds pretentious, but you get all the same physiological responses. Like you start shaking, you get really pissed. There's nothing to do about it. There's nothing there. Like I'll be going through the day, nothing bad is happening, and I will be freaking out. And it's not just my dad, because like you grow up like that, and then when you're grown and you finally run away or something, you're really timid, and you're really, um, you're just, you're freaking out, and you're scared of everything, and you're crying all the time. And then you have to go out into the workforce, and, you know, corporate people like hiring bullies as management because they're good at keeping people in line. You can probably hear that I lost my voice because night before last I drank to feel better. Because the thing is, like, you, it's so bad that you can't really face it, but there's really nowhere to run or hide either. So you try to escape any way you can. You drink, you do drugs, you do whatever you can to feel a little bit better, even just for a little while. And then people tell you you're undisciplined and the reason that your life sucks is because you don't make good decisions or some shit. So I drank night before last and I started crying and screaming, and yelling at people that aren't even here. And it's embarrassing, just like all the stuff in the background back there and my hair. And I lost my voice. And I had something really good to say and then I forgot it. Oh, anyway, I hope that the neighbors didn't hear me. I live out in the middle of nowhere. They're down the road a ways. I don't want to like wake them up or anything. They're nice people, and it's not fun to listen to somebody scream. I don't just walk around telling people I have PTSD. They probably don't know. They might know that something's wrong with me. I think it's probably pretty easy to tell. I'll be in public and I'll just start kind of closing up. Like I don't really like to talk. You know, very much to people. This starting to posting stuff on social media is always kind of risky for me because I'm really shy, and sometimes I feel like I need to cry for help. You know, but everybody's always keeping score, and you look stupid when you cry for help. You look like somebody that doesn't have it together. Really, you look like a crazy person. I know that. I absolutely know that. Sometimes I slip up and I do it anyway. I'll post something on Facebook and I'll be like, you know, what is this crap? People will be like, are you okay? I'm like, fuck no. Are you? Is anybody? This is like almost 20 minutes long already. I don't even know if I've said everything that I want to say. I know I haven't, but I guess I don't want to get sidetracked and start talking about a bunch of weird shit or anything. So I guess I'll end it here. I don't really know how to end it. If I keep making these, it'd be really great if y'all would like and subscribe. As stupid as that sounds to say, because if I could make any more money, that'd be great. I got 5 freaking dogs I gotta feed. A part-time job helping my friends. It's not even a real job. They have like 400 acres. Everything's logging land out here. So that's just what people do. It's like people live out here, yeah, but they also have like way too much land and they just log it to make extra money. Start like pine farms and stuff. So anyway, they bought a bunch of farm, or not farm, but well, yeah, they're technically, I think, tree farmers. they have a ton of logging land, and that means a lot of logging trails, and they can't get to most of the land if the trails are all overgrown, and it only takes a couple of years in Tennessee for it to get to where you can't even walk through it. So I help them a lot. See, I'm already getting on a rant. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but have a good one. I probably should say something else. I think I'm forgetting something, but I always feel like I'm forgetting something. I don't know. See you later.